I am speaking with
Dr. Natalie at Dr. Natalie on Twitter.
and Dr. Natalie on Twitter, which we all should be following. There's a major obsession with customer-centric business, and it's easy to say we're a customer-centric business, but it's not really that easy to pull off. Why is it so hard to pull off a customer-centric business?
I think it's because strategy that involves common sense is nearly impossible for large companies to do. And I know that seems impossible, but I've spent my whole life there, and I look around me and I'm just flabbergasted at how bad customer service is. And so at the root of it, it's always people, right? It's always about the people. And technology, either if you pick the right technology and strategy, if you don't pick it right, then you're really doing the wrong thing faster, which is what a lot of customers and companies are doing. So the key here is leadership. The fish stinks most at the head. Now, yeah, I'm talking about the C-level. I'm sorry, if you're a C-level, I'm talking about you. And you know what? If you're not customer focused, you need to be fired. I love you, but you need to be fired. This is tough love here from Dr. Nat today here at the conference, because at the bottom of all of this is people. And at the bottom line is if you don't have customers, you don't have a business. It's that simple.
What does it mean to have that connection with the customer that is beyond just sort of sales engagement? How does one get in deeper to build a deeper relationship? And one of the things they talked about was 20% engagement with customers, or 20% of customers are engaged, and if you can double that, you can double your business. So, A, do you agree? And how do you sort of deepen that relationship?
Well, yes, I think if you can engage with your customers, you can definitely, I mean, I've done studies, right? I've done this for the last 25 years. If you increase the customer experience and make it better, if you engage with your customers, you're going to decrease costs and increase revenue. It's really that simple. But here's the problem. Customer service, customer experience has always been thought of as a cost center. So we're like looking at a really big paradigm, and there are a couple ways to shift paradigms. One is just get rid of all the people that don't believe in the new paradigm. Yep, I'm talking about you, CEOs. Or you educate. And my whole life has been about the education process, and that, you know, if you really treat your customers well, which means every single customer touch point along that customer journey is good. And when it's not good, say, I'm sorry, fix it. And then take all that feedback that's out there about what your customers are saying and take that back and integrate it back into your company. Oh my God, you would have an amazing company.
The common sense aspects, what are the it's all, all about the customers, but is there something more than it's all about the customers? It's all about, I guess, their feelings, their concerns, their wants, or all of the above. What is it beyond just that?
Well, so if you're talking about the customer, obviously they have wants and needs, right? And so if we start to really look at what is it that they want, is it price, is it product, is it service? And you start to look at, whenever I speak, I always say, how many of you are customers? And everybody in the room raises their hand. And then I say, how many of you have actually posted on maybe Yelp or Amazon and said how horrible a company or a restaurant or a movie was? Everybody raises their hand. And I say, do you realize that all your customers are out there saying this stuff about your company? And they're like, oh, it's like a shocking news flash, like, oh my God, people are talking about us, right? So don't do the ostrich, don't stick your head in the sand. Get out there, start talking to your customers. It could be in store, it could be online, it could be in a community, it could be on Twitter. You just need to have people who are customer-centric, who have the personality, who want to connect with your customers, and then clean up your inside, because really whatever's happening inside your company that's wrong, it's being displayed publicly, like cave paintings that last millions of years on social networks and online.
You brought up a really good point, and that's the negative feedback. And there was one CEO of a company called Give Forward who I spoke to, and he says he thrives on negative feedback because that means someone who's passionate and that you should not ignore them. So why is it so important to engage the negative, and not necessarily all, some may be trolls? Why is it important to engage them, and how can you turn them into, advocates, which is what he's done?
So if people are saying negative things about your company, then that is the gold, that is the juice, that is the most amazing information. You need to look at it as gold nuggets or the canary in the coal mine. And a lot of people, I think what's happened, at least my experience, is that a lot of CEOs, C-level people, have a lot of people telling them a lot of things just to make them happy because nobody wants to be the messenger that gets shot. So everybody says everything's fine when it's really not fine, right? And so you got to find a CEO who's willing to look online, to listen to calls in the call center, to look at the comments in the community. And when you really start to see, oh my gosh, we're just going back to what Deming said. Edward Deming, remember him? He's the one who actually made the Japanese auto market work. America, are you listening? He said, listen to your employees, listen to your customers. And if you take all that feedback and integrate it back into your company, you'll have an amazing company. The employees will be happy, the customers will be happy, your products will be good. You know what? That's what social media is to me, except now we have technology that makes it like a giant megaphone and a public megaphone. So come on, guys. CEOs, please call me.
Call Natalie right now, or at Dr. Natalie on Twitter. Thank you, Natalie.
Thank you.